Undersea cables are the world's information superhighways and the bedrock of the internet. Stretching across the vast oceans, undersea cables connect the telecommunications networks of different countries across all continents. They are the engines of our digital societies, making high-speed internet a reality and transporting 95% of international telecommunications traffic. From connecting to your email to logging into your social media account and joining a video conference call, our digital lives depend on these undersea cables. These cables are also the key to the Africa's future in the global digital economy. What began as just one undersea cable that landed in Africa in 1999 has now become 72 undersea cable systems connected to Africa's sprawling networks. And new cables continue to land, making headlines across the continent. In March 2022, Google's Equiano cable landed in Lome in Togo, and by mid-April, the cable made its second landing in Lagos, Nigeria. Across the continent, in East Africa, China's Peace Cable landed in the coastal town of Mombasa, Kenya on March 29 in the year 2022. The arrival of these undersea cables in Africa has brought new once unimaginable opportunities. These include faster internet speeds and integration with the global economy. They also include the now more than 600 innovation hubs across the continent. Innovation hubs are collaborative spaces that offer support to tech entrepreneurs with groundbreaking ideas and projects. For examples, Kenya's iHub is an innovation hub that played a crucial role in the creation of mFarm, a mobile phone service that delivers real-time information to farmers on current market prices, weather alerts, and agro supplies. Another key innovation hub is Nigeria's CC Hub, which helped create Budget, an online platform that makes the Nigerian government's budget accessible to everyday citizens through infographics. The arrival of new cables will continue to expand Africa's international bandwidth. This means increased connectivity, which will spur greater technological innovation in consumer products and consumer services, especially in critical technologies such as machine learning and AI that will shape the future. New cables also bring the promise of cheaper internet access. This presents a great opportunity to narrow Africa's digital divide, where only 33% of the population uses the internet. Africa is expected to see more cables landing. Tech giants are expanding the connectivity infrastructure in ambitious projects to connect the continent. For example, Facebook has sponsored the longest subsea cable in the world. Coming in at 45,000 kilometers, the Two Africa cable is expected to land on the continent by the year 2023, providing connectivity to 1.6 billion people and doubling the total internet capacity for Africa. However, laying undersea cables is an expensive affair. Both the Peace and Equiano cable each have a $400 million price tag, but these substantial investments will pay off in the long run for Africa's growing digital economy. One study estimates that Google's Equiano undersea cable could slash internet costs by 14%, create over 36,000 jobs, and generate $193 million in GDP for Togo. In Nigeria, the cable will have an even greater impact. Estimates suggest that Equiano will reduce internet prices by 21%, boost GDP by $11.1 billion, and create 1.6 million jobs in Nigeria by the year 2025. And according to the International Finance Corporation, Africa's internet economy has the potential to make up 5.2% of the continent's GDP by the year 2025. This will contribute $180 billion to Africa's economy, and by the year 2050, the internet economy could make up $712 billion of Africa's GDP. While the promise of increased internet connectivity is good news for Africa, policymakers do need to be aware of the substantial investments that are required to make undersea cables a worthwhile endeavor. Undersea cables are part of a complex internet delivery system. Movement of data requires costly terrestrial network infrastructure to reach the consumers. This infrastructure currently is clustered around the major population centers, so African countries need to grow their national fiber optic backbone networks. This requires policies that will encourage operators to expand terrestrial cables beyond the urban areas. To connect all of Africa and realize the full potential of undersea cables, major investments for last mile connectivity are required. Supportive policies and policy actions such as public-private partnerships are essential to accelerate the rollout of terrestrial backbone infrastructure, which is essential to promote affordable connectivity for all. Undersea cables have already revolutionized African economies, creating the space for a vibrant tech ecosystem and opening the digital economy to millions of Africans through mobile money, for example. New undersea cables will cement Africa's place as a hub for technological innovation within the global digital economy while delivering benefits for all Africans.